lot of people talk about a good side of the ANC. I mean, a lot of people like Helen Ziller and John Steenhuisen, they've liked the idea of, or well, perhaps not like the idea, but they see the necessity of forming a coalition after 2024 with the good part of the ANC. But it seems to me I can't find these good people in the ANC, the quote unquote good people. I mean, who are these people? I mean, they like to talk about Naledi Pandor. I've seen her stand up in Parliament and tell the EFF, listen, you need to rejoin us. You are our lost brothers. You need to rejoin us, and so that we can get rid of this right-wing Democratic Alliance. So I mean, there's an example of what people like to quote the good side of the ANC. So who are these people? Do you see a good side in the ANC?
Look, Donald, good people exist. No political party can be 100% bad, or the membership 100% bad. But the good people, ethical people, committed people are in the minority, and they don't have power. That's what is important. I know people like Popo Molefe, Trevor Manuel has left, has resigned from the ANC. Joel Netitsenze, the former administrative head of Thabo Mbeki's office. You can count them on the fingers of one hand, and they don't have power. They don't have influence in the African National Congress. So the good side, the good side is not in power. The ANC is lost, and it's a mafia organization. It's a criminal syndicate, right from the top, right from the presidency to the last councillor. And if there are any good people, they are not in charge. They are down there in the branches, but they're not in the National Executive Committee. They're not in Parliament. They are not in cabinet. They are not in the subcommittees. They are not in the provinces. They are not in the premier's offices. They are not in mayor's offices. They are not there. I know. I should know. I work in municipalities. My experience is that no, forget it. So Helen Zille, John Steenhuisen, I don't know why they say that. They're basing it on what? I've seen John Steenhuisen says he would consider an alliance with Ramaphosa if he wins or if he breaks away. Look, the measure of any ethical grouping in the ANC is if those people broke away from the ANC to form a new ANC or another party that espouses the traditional values of the ANC, the pre-2004 7 values. That would be the mark of how good those people are, or how ethical they are, or how are they committed to the resumption of the national democratic revolution to create a united, democratic, non-sexist, prosperous, and clean South Africa. We don't know. Those people are not there. If there are people who are in top position, all those people are in top positions now. I want to put it this way: if a person has not spoken against corruption until now, and he's in top positions in the ANC, and has not been fighting state capture, and has not tried to resign from the ANC, that person is as corrupt as Gupta, as Zuma. Paul Mashatile, whoever, they are as corrupt because they have not distanced themselves from the corruption in the ANC. And sometimes, or usually, they defend the good name of the ANC. So they are complicit in the corruption in the ANC and the destruction of the state because they've been receiving salaries, they've been benefiting from their positions in the ANC, and they've not even tried. You look at the Nazareth resolutions, the resolutions of the previous conference, the last conference. There is no resolution against corruption in the ANC. There's no recognition of the problem of state capture. Unlike previous conferences where the ANC admitted in all the documents that we have a problem of corruption, state capture, intimidation, assassination, vote buying, membership rigging. The Ramaphosa ANC has not acknowledged that, has not acknowledged those problems in the ANC. In fact, it is as if now the ANC doesn't want to acknowledge its mistakes. So the leadership of Ramaphosa and this group, the entire group, the new NEC, is not about the transformation of the country or the leadership of society towards a clean, developmentally oriented government. It's not about renewal or ethical transformation of the ANC. It is about the perpetuation of the elitist, narrow Africanist, corrupt culture that has emerged with the Zuma administration and which Ramaphosa is perpetuating.
Do you think it's possible that Ramaphosa, because it seemed that he was very motivated at the start, he really wanted to change things. I mean, you got that impression. He was ready to change things in the ANC. Obviously, we now know that was a bluff. But do you think it's possible that someone high up, I mean, they tried to take out Andre de Ruyter. Do you think it's possible that someone threatened him, told him, listen, do anything wrong, and we're going to get rid of you. You're going to drive into a pillar below a bridge. I mean, do you think it's possible that he has been threatened and said, behave, or you're going to be taken out?
I was involved in Ramaphosa's campaign, but not at the highest level. I was a consultant sort of to his office, wrote a few speeches for him. And being part of mobilizing groups in the Northwest and writing a lot on social media to promote his presidency. I believed in him because, number one, he's educated, he has money, and he understands the economic priorities of the country, like economic reforms, needing to generate enough investor confidence, all that kind of thing. I thought he understood that the environment needed to be transformed to become a investor-friendly environment. Now, you're asking that if he's threatened, if he models a competent and ethical leadership, he'll be taken out. No. The truth of the matter is that the ANC president is the most powerful person in the country. He's the most powerful person. Even it doesn't matter that he secured the vote by 200 votes over his nearest rival. That is immaterial. Once he is voted in, once the numbers are announced that the president is so and so, that problem or that challenge or that small number becomes insignificant because he has the patronage, the prerogative, and the power to reward and to punish. He is now the capo di tutti capi. It is wrong. It was wrong for some commentators to think that, oh, he has enough enemies to stage a Tabambeki recall against him. No, it is not like that. You can buy loyalty.
Do you think perhaps that was initiated, that trail of thought was initiated by the ANC just for protection for him to say, oh, but he won narrowly, so let's put out this idea. So if he screws up, we can just say, oh, because he's boxed in, he can't really do anything. Do you think that was initiated by his communications team, that trail of thought?
I don't think so. They were too arrogant to do that, and then his advisors and his group were aware of his enormous power. No, it is something that the liberal press thought, the analysts thought that, let's give him a chance. Look, he didn't win much. Look, Zuma's people are still too strong. Look what they did to Thabo Mbeki. They might do to him, because Thabo Mbeki was also removed for fighting corruption. Now, if he fights corruption overtly like this, he'll be recalled. No, it does not. What you can only remove a sitting president of the ANC via a coup, an armed rebellion, if you own the army and you have enough resources. No, his opponents don't have any kind of such amount of power. The people in the ANC, it is incontrovertible that all members of the ANC, all leaders of the ANC want money. All that they want is money. If the president gives them money, they don't care. They don't care about values. They don't care about friends, as long as he gives them money and he protects them from prosecution. And now he delivered. So the ANC is united behind them because he delivered. He gave them money, he gave them positions, he gave them immunity or impunity from accountability. The institutions are practically dead. The law and order institutions like the NPA are powerless because corruption is so widespread. State capture has eviscerated all these institutions of accountability. So, and he's not trying hard. He never speaks about corruption in the ANC, or he doesn't model the leadership. He brings in people with questionable credentials, people who have been fingered by the Zondo Commission into his own cabinet. Such a person, look, he doesn't want to leave a good legacy. His legacy is to keep the ANC united and powerful. He doesn't care about society. He doesn't care about what you feel or what happens to the republic. All he wants is to be in good books of everybody. But he has nothing to fear, and he fears nobody. He just wants his power, and his CV has that mention that he was head of state. But there's nothing that anybody can do against him, because even those people, that if he appoints competent people into his cabinet, I mean, if the other group wants to remove him, those competent people will defend him because of they enjoy the proximity and the patronage. So it is illogical to think that he behaves the way he behaves, to model a corrupt leadership because he has to. Nobody has to. Everybody has a choice, whether you want to be moral or not to be moral. It's a choice. You can't say, I'm immoral because these are the orders. Now, come on. Even the Nuremberg trials rejected that kind of defense, that I was just following orders. No. Why do you want to be the president for if you're going to be that coward? And he's not a coward. He's just incompetent. He's just incompetent and disloyal to the republic.
Sorry, my microphone just crashed. Okay.
Okay.
The energy minister. What do you think of this new energy minister? Because for the life of me, I don't understand this. I mean, why do we still have a mineral resources minister? I mean,
yeah,
this doesn't make.
It is that kind of. It is the mark of Ramaphosa's leadership to be ambivalent, to be all things to all people, to spread his patronage as much as possible, to reward his friends on both sides. Pravin Gordon, Gwede Mantashe, the energy minister. He's spreading the patronage. He's rewarding people for loyalty. Now, the energy minister sounds like somebody who's competent to be CEO of ESCOM even, or to head any transformative department. But he's just going to be a disturbance at ESCOM. ESCOM as a board has an executive team. A politician whose mandate it is to be a project manager, to micromanage ESCOM is bad news. It's a continuation of the political meddling that has brought ESCOM to its knees. This energy minister doesn't have a job description to run ESCOM, but he's going to run ESCOM. So just imagine. He has no such job description. He'll just be a roving ambassador of Ramaphosa at ESCOM. Look, Ramaphosa appointed him because there's no talent in the ANC, he knows it. And he's a weak man to change the trajectory of government, to change the behavior, or to enforce meritocracy in the cabinet and government. He's too cowardly for that. He's loyal to his friends. So he brings his young friend who failed in his previous role as the Director General in the office of the President to lead he failed in that. Now, Ramaphosa trusts him. And he brings him into his cabinet to run ESCOM. It's bad news for ESCOM. ESCOM doesn't need an engineer, it needs a leader. You don't want somebody who's going to, say, employ Chinese, put money into this unit, maintain that power station, remove money from this and take it to that side. No, it is impossible for him to be able to do the right thing at his level. Those are technical issues that ESCOM people can only do at power station level. Even the group CEO cannot do the things that this minister is thinking about. Power and implementation works best when it's devolved to the power station level. You can't do it at cabinet level in Pretoria. It's just impossible. It goes against all the norms of political strategy management.
That's probably applicable to many things, like policing, for example. It should be best handled at a local level. The order shouldn't come from Tshwane. Should we establish more police officers? You decide that in your municipality or your province. I mean, that's probably one of the big problems of policing today.
Yes, everything about the government is broken. ESCOM, municipalities, policing, everything is broken because the African National Congress has declared a war on meritocracy. Not that it ever existed. The ANC tried in the first 10 years to impose meritocracy. But since then, since Thabo Mbeki, what they call it, Zuma and Ramaphosa hollowed out the state, and there's no meritocracy. So you can't succeed at ESCOM when other organs of state are broken. That's as simple as that. The presidency itself is incompetent. Energy minister is dishonest. The minister of DPE, Gauta, is also dishonest. Now the whole state is broken. The minister of energy will not of ESCOM is not going to achieve anything under the circumstances. It is impossible to have anything like that. Now look, is he going to tell municipalities to pay? Is he going to tell provincial departments to pay up? I mean, that's not his job. So it is that kind of situation we have in South Africa where the president applies a band-aid on a deep wound which needs to be cleaned from inside, from deep inside.